And maybe it's just the competitor in some people, and it's just the principle of it. I didn't earn it, or I don't want one of these Tracy McGrady make it to the NBA Finals against LeBron and get the ring. I want to be a major contributor to the ring unless I'm injured or something. Then if you're injured, you have no way of determining. But when you opt out, I wouldn't want it. I'm like, hey, man, because when you opt out, in my personal opinion, that's what you're saying. Win, lose, or draw, I'm doing what's best for me. And what's best for you is not having the ring and not having the championship. So I don't know if I would even want it. Me personally, I'm going to go with the Dodgers. I'm with Dale. 6 tops. I'm going to go with 5. They do have a boatload of talent. But the one thing about Major League Baseball is this. When you get on the roll, pitching and catching the ball, you are extremely difficult to defeat. Cody Bellinger had one of the most freak injuries in the history of baseball. Given a high five and the shoulder popped out of order. That's the kind of thing that'll throw you clean off. So I don't know. I'm hoping the Dodgers win. Like I said, I was I've never been a Dodger fan, but I rooted for the Dodgers when they signed Dale Strawberry and Eric Davis, homegrown talent. Not homegrown, not system grown talent, but they are from New York, Los Angeles. They played in New York and Cincinnati. So I'm like a de facto Dodger fan just because I like those players. But like I said, man, when you come up in my age, it wasn't a whole lot of teams on TV. They had the big markets on TV all the time, and you kind of gravitate towards them or whatever. Actually, McGrady played for the Spurs that year. He lost his heart. McGrady didn't play. Remember, McGrady kept on to the Spurs his last year in the NBA, maybe the last month of the season. He didn't play a lot. Tracy McGrady, that was my man Microwave. He has a show come on at 10 a.m. Fridays and Tuesdays. Tracy, I'm looking it up right now. I don't think Tracy McGrady played 15 games with that team.
No, he was on the team, but I remember joking saying this is the first time Tracy McGrady made it out the first round.
Let me see. I'm not sure about that, Microwave. We're going to check that because I don't remember him playing. Yeah, his career numbers, he's not even listed as a Spur. I think they just picked him up at the end of the playoffs. He made the playoff roster because it says, I'm looking at his career on basketballreference.com, Microwave. 6 years in Houston, 4 years in Orlando, 3 years in Toronto, a year in Detroit, a year in Atlanta, 1 year with the New York Knicks. It don't even list the Spurs. I think they just picked him up in the playoffs, Microwave. I'm not saying that he played. I'm saying he didn't get a ring, which is no. I didn't. No. Microwave misunderstood what I said. I said just like with him, he would have got a ring. Or maybe I didn't make it clear. That's the Hindu coming out. If they would have won against LeBron, he would have got a ring, and I wouldn't. He was kind of excited about potentially getting a ring. I don't know if I would have been excited. Maybe I should have been more clear. But I was just using him as an example of a dude who could have did nothing to get a ring, but sit on the bench and he would have got a ring had Ray Allen not hit that shot, and I think he would have accepted it. But not me. I don't think I can do that. But thanks for clearing that up for me, Microwave. Making sure I was clear on that. I was saying that I wouldn't accept the ring if I didn't play a decent amount of minutes throughout the year or a major contributing role in the championship. What were you saying, Joe?
Oh no, you cleared it up. I was talking about the whole time Tracy McGrady lost. That was the year that Ray Allen hit the 3.
Yeah. That's the Ray Allen year, and he's just sitting on the bench. And if they'd have gave me a ring, I'd have met Bonds. That one, Jack. I wouldn't. I mean, it ain't like what's my man O.J. Anderson who played the last. He should have been Super Bowl MVP. Fuck that Jeff Hostetler story. I think he was Super Bowl MVP, but I can see with that he had played all those years with the Cardinals, and then he rode the bench behind Rodney Hampton for a bunch of years, and then kicked ass at the end of the year. You either win or almost win Super Bowl MVP. Then you get the ring, but that just sit on the bench because I'm a superstar and never get no tick. Nah, you keep your ring. Because, for a perfect example of a dude who waited to the end of his career, went to a team and won a ring. David West played major minutes in the finals. Was he the David West that we grew to love and respect? No, but he played some decent minutes. He set some hard picks on some pick and rolls and stuff like that. Then you earned a ring, but I don't know. But anyway, man, good luck to the Dodgers. I'm rocking with the Dodgers no matter what. They killing the game. And this leads me to the little bit of basketball news that came up. And this was a potential trade. One CP3, a.k.a. Chris Paul, has been rumored to be going to the Lakers. The Lakers would have to all but strip that team down to nothing unless they have a new collective bargaining agreement in which you can be traded, and whoever you trade, like baseball, you can be traded from the Florida Marlins or the Miami Marlins, and the Miami Marlins play a portion of your contract like with A-Rod and like with Giancarlo Stanton. One team plays a major portion of your contract, then you pay the rest, unless they got that in the NBA. How would you rock with that in regards to being the Lakers, or would you just reload and keep going? My man Microwave, who's a big-time Laker fan, said, hell no.
Yeah, that's it. I agree with Microwave exactly. I wouldn't be taking on that contract for Chris Paul. Granted, I know on this show I advocated that I love Chris Paul as a point guard. I love seeing him, in great situations. This Lakers situation, Chris Paul is 10, 11 years too late. When it got snatched the first time, is when it should have happened. But that's a whole other story for a different day. In regards to this, that Rondo, LeBron, AD is working. So get back Rondo, make sure you get Rondo back, retool up. Like I said, Avery Bradley should be back. They got, I think, Hope is probably gone. I think he's a free agent. Tool up. But you don't need to take on Chris Paul for that's on play. Whatever chance you had of adding anybody else or add any other good roster spot.
Oh yeah, Microwave said he on the books with Patrick Mahomes money, which is true. He is on the books for the next 2 years, $40 million. The sad part is this is Chris Paul's second year actually taking his NBA career serious, if you ask me, in regards to health and being in great condition. Microwave just mentioned that about his hamstrings. I think if Chris Paul wouldn't have signed that ginormous deal, it would be a hell of a deal, a hell of an opportunity for them to re-up with him. But this is a team. What's going to happen? Me personally, this is what I think is about to happen. I think they're about to transition to AD's team in order to save LeBron James's legs. These are the Lakers that we witnessed around 83 to 86 when Magic Johnson was slowly taking over the Los Angeles Lakers. And I think the tragic Magic year was a result of Magic still trying to get the ball to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I think the Los Angeles Lakers, if they are thinking, they will try to get somebody, even instead of Rondo, because as Microwave just mentioned about Chris Paul's bulky hamstrings, I think that situation is gone because, again, at this point, Chris Paul, like I said, is taking his career seriously. He's eating right. He's become a vegan. He's probably stretching like his main man, LeBron. He's going to do a whole lot of things. But him and Rondo definitely have the exact same problems. Rondo has these bulky hands and busted up, bones that continue to break. He's broken his wrist or hand 3 or 4 times in the last 6 years. So you have to be on the lookout for that as well. You say what?
At the worst time. He breaks his hands the worst time.
Yeah.
And it'd be in practice. And it'll be no basketball going on, no games, and all of a sudden you get an update saying Rondo broke hands. He'll be out 16.
No, he broke his hand. He broke his hand in the middle of a game with the Bulls. He did the same thing. This year he busted up his hand in the game too. Yeah, but so I think they need to. But I think they need to work on replacing him as well. I mean, I would want to keep Rondo because Rajon Rondo, as y'all heard me say last week, I think he played himself into an NBA Hall of Fame slot. We've seen Rondo with, of course, he was the other guy. Him and Perk were the other guys with the big three. But then the next year, after the gigantic run they went on, you started to see the value of Rondo. And then Dwayne Wade kind of chicken winged him and busted up his elbow, and he was done. And then he came over to the Bulls, and he had the Celtics on the ropes again. And then he went down to where did he go? New Orleans. And they were kicking ass too. That was the only series that they won. And as you saw in the playoffs this year. So this is why I will go to my grave preaching. I don't want to hear about no stats. I want to see what your impact on the game is. And your impact on the game, if you ask me, should determine if you're a Hall of Fame or not. That's just me, though. A lot of people were, he didn't average this many points. But when I watched them play, I saw outstanding things. Like Scottie Pippen, the stuff that Scottie Pippen did does not register on the boards. When you look at Magic Johnson NBA Finals numbers in his last NBA Finals against Chicago Bulls, his numbers are career average numbers. But people fail to realize that first game, and I understand it's only one game. That first game, Magic Johnson had a 32-point triple-double with Michael Jordan guarding him, and he had his way with it. They switched to have Scottie Pippen swung the momentum of the series. It's a different situation at that point. So when you look at his numbers, man, Scottie Pippen ain't that great. He's just Scottie Pippen. But when you watch a game and you see the fact that he was, I can remember him covering Stockton, Mark Jackson, and others, whoever they needed to slow down at that point. Because the NBA basketball, you're not stopping anybody. You can just hope to slow them down. Like what's my man Dan Patrick used to say, you can't stop them, you can only hope to contain them. So you just slow them down. But Scottie Pippen used to do that. We supposed to got him 20 years. We supposed to get him when he was in his 20s, not knocking on 40s. Shout out to David Stern for ruining it for Laker fans, because David Stern gave the nice raw one to the Laker fans. Big up the rest of the piece, but you screwed the Lakers, buddy. Everybody like to tell the tale about how Mitch, what's his name? Mitch, whatever his name. You think of his name right now.
Mitch Kupchak.
Yeah, Mitch Kupchak, how he ruined the Lakers. But had Mitch Kupchak ever been able to pull off that Dwight Howard and Chris Paul trade, which should have went through, mind you. I understand that the league was owning that team at that point. It would have been a good look for the league. But hey, man, they should have let Chris Paul go there. Chris Paul would have a championship. Dwight Howard would have a championship, and then it'd totally be a different NBA at this point. But it is what it is, like Michael was saying. But what shocks me is guys like Microwave talking about, we're going to get Bradley Beal. If you were the Washington Wizards, would you give up Bradley Beal, who just happened to be John Wall's best friend? Nah, I'm not doing that. A lot of people keep saying that. Shannon Sharp keeps saying that. I don't see it. MJ nut huggers ain't trying to hear this. Oh, man, fuck Michael Jordan fans. How about that? RC, fuck him, man. Fuck him again. All right, I got that out. Microwave, I don't believe y'all keep saying this. Shock me, because I personally don't see how Bradley Beal is going to end up with the Lakers. A lot of people keep saying that, but I don't. And I think Bradley Beal makes a boat too. And
at this point, he does. So it might be almost 30.
Right. So I don't know. To the Laker fan, I mean, like I said, I don't have any animus towards the Lakers at this point. I never have. You grow up watching Magic Johnson, watching Kareem, watching Worthy. You pick a side, because hell, they were in the finals damn near every year. Every year but 2 years in the 80s. Well, 3. 89. No. Yeah, every year in the 80s, because 79, 80, they were there and they lost in the conference finals to Houston in 81 and 86, and they made it every other year. So you had to pick a side, and then you had the Celtics, and then we lived in a more racially charged United States of America then, if you could even believe something like that, saying the fact that it was a more racially charged America than it is now. It was damn near the blacks versus the whites, the Lakers versus the Celtics. So it's going to be interesting. This